October 7th, 2025, 03:41 a.m., Suwalki Gap, narrow corridor between Poland and Lithuania, 65 miles wide, only land connection between Baltic states and rest of NATO. Most vulnerable point in alliance territory, flat terrain, few natural obstacles, perfect ground for armored assault. Polish 16th Mechanized Division on patrol, routine border security, night vision scanning tree line, thermal sensors monitoring approaches. Everything quiet, everything normal, until it isn't. At 03:42 a.m., sensors detect movement, massive movement vehicles, hundreds, approaching from east, Belarus border 4.2 miles away, vehicles closing fast. This is not patrol, this is not exercise, this is attack. Welcome to Navy Force, where naval power projects onto land in 48 hours determines if Alliance survives or Europe falls. Polish Forward Observation Post reports immediately. Command multiple armored contacts bearing 074 degrees, range 6,800 meters, count exceeds 200. Repeat 200-plus vehicles request instructions. Warsaw Headquarters receives transmission. Alerts NATO Command Brussels. Alerts Cesur Supreme Allied Commander Europe. Alerts Washington. Alerts everyone. Because if report is accurate, this is Article 5 moment. Attack on one member is attack on all. This triggers collective defense. This means war. NATO scrambles to verify, satellite tasking, drone deployment, electronic intelligence collection, everything pointed at Suwalki Gap. Results confirm Polish report. 247 armored vehicles detected, tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, self-propelled artillery, mobile air defense, complete combined arms formation, plus electronic warfare signature, plus cyber attack indicators, plus ballistic missile preparation detected in Kaliningrad. This is not localized incident. This is coordinated multi-domain offensive. This is nightmare scenario NATO, war gamed for decades, now happening for real. Question for viewers. NATO border breached by 247 vehicles. What is first response? A. Immediate counterattack. B. Defensive positions. C. Nuclear alert. Comment your command decision. Navy Force believes first minutes determine if wars are won or lost before they fully begin. Polish Mechanized Division moves to blocking positions. 14th Tank Brigade deploys. Leopard 2A5 main battle tanks. 49 operational, German-made. Best tanks in Polish inventory. 120mm smoothbore gun. Range 2.5 miles. Armor protection against most threats. Not perfect. Nothing is, but capable. Professional crews, well-trained, combat-ready. They establish defensive line 3.7 miles from border. Hull-down positions using terrain. Maximizing protection, minimizing exposure. Artillery batteries positioned behind. Self-propelled howitzers, crab systems, Polish design. 155mm guns, range 25 miles. 40 units available. Pre-planned fire missions programmed, waiting. Ready. Hoping deterrence works. Knowing probably won't. Attacking force crosses Belarus-Poland border 03:54 a.m. No declaration of war, no diplomatic warning, no identification markings. Vehicles lack national insignia. Crews wear no uniforms, showing country, plausible deniability, gray zone invasion. Russia can claim rogue actors, can claim Wagner mercenaries, can claim Belarus internal matter. NATO must prove Russian involvement, prove chain of command, prove state sponsorship. That takes time, takes intelligence, takes evidence. Meanwhile, tanks roll. Meanwhile, ground is taken. Meanwhile, facts are created. That's modern warfare. Attack first. Deny responsibility. Let lawyers argue while soldiers advance. Polish Leopards engage at maximum range. 2.3 miles opening salvo. 12 tanks fire simultaneously. APF SDS rounds. Armor-piercing, fin-stabilized discarding sabot. Depleted uranium penetrator. Travels Mach 5. Hits like meteor. First volley strikes 6 enemy tanks, penetrating hits. 3 destroyed outright, catastrophic kills. Ammunition detonates, turrets blown off. 3 damaged, mobility killed, stopped but still dangerous, can still shoot, will shoot, do shoot. Return fire immediate. 125mm guns, Russian standard, probably T-90mm tanks, maybe T-14 Armata. Can't confirm in darkness. Don't need to, just need to kill them. Polish tanks reload, 7-second cycle, modern autoloaders, faster than manual, second volley fires, more hits, more kills, but enemy keeps coming. 241 vehicles remaining. Math doesn't favor Poland, can't kill them all fast enough. Polish artillery opens fire, 40 Crab howitzers, coordinated fire mission, pre-planned target areas, enemy formation concentrate, perfect artillery target, shells rain down, 155-meter high explosive, proximity fused, airbursts over vehicles, shrapnel pattern 100 meters diameter, deadly to light vehicles, damaging to tanks, destroys sensors, destroys optics, blinds crews, slows advance, doesn't stop it. Artillery reloads, fires again, sustained bombardment, ammunition expenditure massive. 240 shells fired first 5 minutes, that's 6 shells per gun, standard load 40 shells per gun. Quick calculation says 33 minutes maximum sustained fire, then ammunition depleted, then artillery silent, then tanks unsupported, then breakthrough succeeds. At 04:09 a.m., new threat emerges. Drone swarm, not surveillance drones, kamikaze drones, expendable, one-way attack, Iranian design. Same type Houthis use, but here in Eastern Europe, hundreds launched, targeting Polish positions, targeting tanks, targeting artillery, targeting command posts, small, fast, difficult to intercept. Some carry explosives, some carry electronic warfare payloads, jam communications, jam GPS, jam targeting systems, coordinated with ground assault, synchronized attack. This is sophisticated operation. This required planning, coordination, resources, state-level capability. Russia fingerprints all over this. But proving it diplomatically takes time Poland doesn't have. Polish air defense engages. Grom manpads, man-portable air defense systems. Shoulder-fired missiles. Range 3.4 miles, altitude 11,000 feet, effective against helicopters, against drones, against low-flying aircraft, 47 systems available. Crews fire rapidly, track drones visually, launch, reload, manual process, time-consuming. Drones faster than reload cycle, some get through. Kamikaze drones impact Polish tanks, explosions, damage varies. Some tanks shrugged off, armor too thick. Some tanks disabled, sensors destroyed, optics damaged, crews blinded, forced to withdraw. That creates gaps. Gaps enemy exploits. That's purpose of drones. Create opportunities, enable breakthrough. On Navy Force, we understand modern battlefield is three-dimensional, ground, air, cyber, electronic, all domains integrated, all domains attacked simultaneously. Victory belongs to side that dominates all domains, not just one. Subscribe to Navy Force because naval forces project power across all domains, and that's why they matter even in land battles. NATO Reaction Force activates. First elements airborne within 15 minutes of initial contact. F-16s from Poland, Eurofighter Typhoons from Germany, F-35As from United Kingdom. Total 24 aircraft first wave, armed with precision-guided bombs, air-to-ground missiles, anti-armor munitions, mission profile close air support, destroy enemy vehicles, slow advance, buy time for ground reinforcements. But weather is problem. Low clouds, 800-foot ceiling, fog. Visibility 1.2 miles. Precision bombing difficult. Danger close operations nearly impossible. Risk hitting friendly forces. Risk collateral damage. Pilots frustrated, capable, ready, unable to employ effectively. Some aircraft drop through clouds. Risk everything. Launch weapons. Score hits. Others stay high. Wait for weather improvement. Wait for better targeting. Wait for clearance. Meanwhile, ground battle continues. Meanwhile, enemy advances. Meanwhile, Polish units take casualties. American response begins. USS Harry S. Truman Carrier Strike Group in Norwegian Sea receives alert. 780 miles from Suwalki Gap. Too far for carrier aircraft? FA-18 combat radius 450 miles cannot reach, but Tomahawk cruise missiles can. Range 1,000 miles, 96 missiles aboard various ships. Targeting data uploaded. Strike coordinates programmed, awaiting authorization from Washington. President conferring with Joint Chiefs, with National Security Advisor, with allies. Decision point launch. Tomahawks means U.S. directly attacking Russian forces, or whoever these attackers are. Escalation certain. Nuclear risk possible, but not launching means Poland fights alone, means Baltics get cut off, means NATO credibility destroyed, means alliance collapses. No good options. Choose least catastrophic. Authorization granted. Tomahawks launch. At 04:47 a.m., 6 ships, Ripple-fire Tomahawks, USS Normandy cruiser, USS Gravely destroyer, USS Porter destroyer, USS Ross destroyer, HMS Duncan British destroyer. Total 48 missiles launched, targeting enemy command posts, targeting artillery positions, targeting logistics hubs, targeting air defense systems. Flight time approximately 54 minutes. Missiles will arrive 05:41 a.m. Until then, Polish forces hold alone. Must hold, must not break, must not yield. Every minute matters, every meter matters, every tank matters. Polish losses mounting. 14th Tank Brigade started with 49 Leopards, now 31 operational, 18 destroyed or damaged. Artillery down to 34 Crabs operational, 6 destroyed by drones, ammunition critical, 18 minutes sustained fire remaining, infantry casualties moderate, defensive positions effective, but enemy still advancing. Slow, costly, but advancing. Already penetrated 2.1 miles into Polish territory. That's 2.1 miles toward cutting Suwalki Gap. 63 miles remaining to complete encirclement. At current rate 14 hours, NATO has 14 hours to reinforce or lose Baltic states. American 2nd Cavalry Regiment deploys from Germany. Armored cavalry, striker vehicles, 3,500 personnel. Road march to Poland, distance 580 miles. Estimated time arrival 18 hours, too slow. Air transport considered, C-17 Globemasters. Can move some units faster. But not heavy equipment, not tanks, not artillery. Those must road march or rail transport. Rail faster. Germany has rail infrastructure. Poland has rail connections. Units begin loading. Trains depart. Multiple routes, multiple trains. Maximizing throughput. But still takes time. Still measured in hours, not minutes. Hours Poland doesn't have. British Army deploys from UK, 1st Armored Infantry Brigade, Challenger 2 tanks, Warrior infantry fighting vehicles, 4,200 personnel, must cross English Channel, must transit France, must transit Germany, must reach Poland. Estimated time 24 hours minimum, maybe 30, depends on logistics, depends on French cooperation, depends on German rail capacity. Too many variables, too much time, too far away. Symbolic support more than practical reinforcement. But symbols matter, alliance solidarity matters. Britain sends message, we're coming, we're committed. We honor Article 5, that matters politically, strategically. Doesn't help Poland right now, but helps long term. At 05:03 a.m., cyber attack intensifies. Polish military communications degraded, internet infrastructure targeted, power grid attacked, railways disrupted, banking systems crashed, airports closed. This is total warfare. Not just military targets, everything targeted. Civilian infrastructure, economic systems, social media, flood networks with disinformation, sow confusion, create panic, undermine response, classic Russian hybrid warfare, kinetic attack plus cyber attack plus information warfare, overwhelm decision-making, paralyze opposition, win before fighting or make fighting easier. Poland's cyber defense responds, attempts to restore services, isolate critical systems, protect military networks, partially successful, some systems restored, some remain down, battle in cyberspace as intense as battle on ground, invisible but equally important. Cyber defenders are warriors, same as soldiers, fighting different enemy, but fighting nonetheless. At 05:41 a.m., Tomahawks arrive. 48 missiles, 44 hit targets, 4 intercepted by enemy air defense. Not bad ratio. Hits are devastating. 3 command posts destroyed. Enemy coordination degrades. 5 artillery batteries eliminated. Counter battery fire ceases. 2 air defense systems destroyed. NATO aircraft can operate more freely. Multiple logistics sites obliterated. Enemy supply chain disrupted. This is significant impact. This changes battlefield calculus. Enemy advance slows, stops in some sectors. Units hesitate, confused, no orders, no supplies, no support. Polish forces counterattack locally, retake some ground, destroy some vehicles. Morale improves, situation stabilizes. Not victory, not yet, but not defeat, not collapse. That's enough for now. NATO reinforcements begin arriving. First air transported units. U.S. 173rd Airborne Brigade. 4,000 paratroopers. Drop zone secured by Polish Special Forces. Airborne assault 06:17 a.m. C-17s appear from west. Low altitude. Paratroopers jump. 800 feet altitude. Rapid descent. Minimal exposure. Enemy has no air defense in this sector. Drop successful. 3,147 paratroopers land safely, 153 injured in landing, acceptable casualties. Airborne units establish perimeter, prepare defensive positions, wait for heavy equipment. Paratroopers have rifles, anti-tank missiles, mortars, good for defense, inadequate for offense, need tanks for counterattack, tanks still 11 hours away by rail. German Bundeswehr arrives by air, 400 personnel. Advance party. Main force follows by ground. Panzerhaubitze 2,000 self-propelled howitzers, 145 millimeters, similar to Polish Crabs but more ammunition, more range, more capability. 18 systems deploying ETA 8 hours. German Air Force provides close air support. Eurofighter Typhoons, weather improving. Ceiling raised to 1,400 feet, visibility 3.2 miles, better but not ideal. Typhoons engage enemy vehicles. Precision-guided munitions, brimstone missiles, paveway bombs, effective, deadly. Dozens of enemy vehicles destroyed. Advance halts completely. Enemy goes defensive. Digs in, consolidates gains, prepares for NATO counteroffensive. Battle enters new phase. From mobile warfare to positional warfare. From breakthrough attempt to defense of captured territory. What did Navy force learn from this scenario? First, Suwalki Gap is NATO's Achilles heel. Narrow corridor, difficult to defend, easy to cut. Reinforcement challenging. Geography favors attackers. That's permanent vulnerability. Second, hybrid warfare is reality. Kinetic plus cyber plus information. All domains attacked simultaneously. Victory requires defense in all domains, not just military. Third, rapid response is essential. NATO's first hours determine outcome. Delay means defeat. Speed means survival. Fourth, naval power projects inland. Tomahawk strikes from Norwegian Sea affected land battle in Poland. That's power projection. That's sea control enabling land operations. Fifth, alliance credibility is deterrence. American, British. German forces deploying sends message. Article 5 is real. Attack one, attack all. That prevents future attacks. That maintains peace. Final lesson, peacetime preparation prevents wartime catastrophe. Poland invested in defense, trained rigorously, maintained readiness. That bought time. That enabled survival. That allowed NATO response. Without Polish resistance, breakthrough succeeds in hours. Baltic states cut off. Alliance fragments, credibility destroyed, Polish blood, purchased NATO's future. That's burden frontline states bear. That's sacrifice alliance members owe them recognition for. Quiz answer from earlier. NATO border breached, what is first response? Answer is B. Defensive positions. Immediate counterattack risks failure, insufficient forces. Incomplete intelligence, nuclear alert escalates unnecessarily. Defensive positions buy time, allow assessment, Enable coordination. That's what Poland did. That's what succeeded. Holding action not glorious, not dramatic, but effective. Sometimes surviving long enough for help to arrive is victory. Here's truth mainstream media won't discuss. This scenario is realistic. Russia maintains forces in Belarus. Kaliningrad isolated exclave has military. Wagner mercenaries exist. Technology described is available. Tactics are doctrinal. Geography unchanged. Vulnerabilities real. Only question is intent. Does Russia actually intend this? Unknown, unknowable, but capability exists. That requires NATO readiness, requires forward presence, requires credible deterrence. That's expensive, that's demanding, that's necessary, because alternative is this scenario for real, with real casualties, real destruction, real possibility of nuclear escalation. Prevention costs less than cure. Preparation costs less than war. Readiness costs less than defeat. Then peace belongs to those who prepare for war, to Russia, to Belarus, to anyone considering Article 5 violation. NATO is ready. NATO is unified. NATO will respond. Attack on Poland is attack on America. Attack on Lithuania is attack on Germany. Attack on Estonia is attack on France. That's alliance commitment. That's collective defense. That's why aggression fails. That's why peace persists, because cost of war exceeds any possible gain, because consequences are catastrophic, because NATO means what it says. Subscribe to Navy Force if you believe NATO alliance protects freedom. Like this video if you support troops defending Eastern Europe. Comment below. Is Suwalki Gap defensible? Should NATO preposition more forces? What would you do as Polish tank commander? Your perspective shapes debate. Your engagement builds awareness. Your comments reach thousands who need to understand these stakes. Next crisis already forming. Next threat already planning. Next scenario already developing. Navy Force continues coverage because tomorrow's war is prevented by today's readiness. Tomorrow's peace is purchased by today's sacrifice. Tomorrow's freedom depends on today's vigilance. Stay informed, stay engaged, stay with Navy Force, because threats don't announce themselves. Enemies don't wait for permission. Wars begin when defenders aren't ready. We keep you ready. We keep you informed. We keep you aware. That's our mission. That's our commitment. That's why we exist.